Hello everyone and welcome to Module 7 in Week 7 in Nursing 323 Health Assessment for Registered Nurses. This is Dr. April Bice and we'll be discussing a little bit about the activities, submissions, and assignments for your last week of class. Alright, so let's enter Module 7. This is a fairly busy week for you, but it is the end of the line with regard to this course. Congratulations for coming this far. So the first assignment that we have for you this week is to complete course evaluations. Course evaluations are a means for us to learn as instructors and as a school of nursing what helps to better your learning and what helps with student success. So if you could please take just a few minutes to fill out the course and faculty evaluations. There is a link provided here for you, and you should receive a link for faculty evaluations from the university as well. If you could please complete those by the end of the semester, we would greatly appreciate it. All right, so you do have your overview here of Module 7. Please be sure that you read that. Essentially, what we will be completing in this last module is putting it all together. All right, so you will be focusing on taking your entire physical examination from head to toe and putting each one of those body assessments that you've learned over the semester into one. You do have a to-do list here. We would like for you to essentially read chapters 27 and 28. Also, you will be completing your personal wellness plan part 3. That is the assignment that is actually graded. Now your parts 1 and part 2 were simply pass or fail, but part 3 is where you put your entire personal wellness plan together, and this is where you receive your points for this assignment in its entirety. Additionally, we do have a reflective course activity that we would like for you to complete. This reflective course activity is not for a grade, but it is required before completion of the course can be received. Next, we would like for you to complete the shadow health assessment, shadow health assignment of your comprehensive assessment. This is putting it all together, again, as I was stating, from head to toe, each one of the body systems, and is essentially your final exam for the course. Now, just to talk to you a little bit about the personal reflection activity, this is, again, it's not graded, but we just want you to think back on your learning experiences that you have taken part in this course, and how has your clinical practice changed, if it has at all? How about the role of the nurse related to obtaining a health history or how you do a physical exam? Have you noticed that there may be anything different that you would apply to your practice now that you didn't apply before starting this course? We just want you to answer this question in one paragraph, and you will submit that activity, but again, it is not for a grade. It is simply for you to complete a pass or fail. We do have here also located in Module 7 a little bit of information about your e-portfolio and the things that we will have you take from this course to include in your RN to BSN Journey e-portfolio. So as a part of this course, it's going to be important for you to keep the personal wellness plans, part 1, 2, and 3, each discussion, all shadow health single system assessments, and the health history and comprehensive assessment. These are not things you submit to me. These are simply things that you keep for your portfolio for, again, the end of your BSN journey. So be sure to make a little record of keeping all of these assignments and keep them electronically so that you can submit them in your last course. All right, we're going to go back up here. For your personal wellness part 3, let's go into this rubric. What we will be looking for as far as level of achievement is basically clarity of your thoughts, attitudes, and then the choices presented, okay? And this is for your goals and your personal reflection, as well as whether or not your goals were identified as a means of being met or not met, and then whether or not you made those changes to help meet those goals, and if not, or if so, having a rationale to support that. All right, so for the Shadow Health Comprehensive Assessment, Again, this will be putting all of your physical exam together. So there are several resources that we have listed here for you. Okay, the first is just the Chapter 27 Complete Health Assessment Guide. Okay, so basically we have here from beginning to end how you can go through the entire assessment. And this starts from general appearance to obtaining your basic measurements and vital signs. You would go from then, to examining the hands and the nails, and from the head and the face. And then you would go to the eyes and the ears, the nose, etc. And it just basically gives you a nice outline that you can have to print in front of you while you are doing your shadow health examination. I really recommend printing out this form to have in front of you while you're completing it. Next, you have the comprehensive assessment rubric. You are all familiar with the DCE score. That's what you've been getting in all of your single assessment shadow health assignments. So that will be about 50% of your grade is the DCE score. However, do not be concerned if you have not been successful the first time or second time in your DCE score, because that's, again, only 50% of your score. I have been trying, as well as the teaching associate, to provide you a lot of feedback with regard to communication in shadow health and your documentation. So the communication and documentation, as well as your exam plan organization, will be the other 50% of your grade. So how did your transcript go? Did you provide education? Did you provide empathy? Were you using professional language? Was your questions appropriately asked? When you are asking Tina questions, you want to be sure that you're paying close attention to context. So instead of saying, does it hurt? You would say, does your foot hurt today? So make sure, again, you provide that appropriate context in your transcript. Next, with regard to your documentation, I've noticed that a lot of students in the course are doing less than detailed and less than par documentation in their single system assessments. So again, I've tried to provide you lots of feedback, so go back to those single assessment feedback notes that I've given you with regard to documentation, as far as what to do with your review of systems, your HPI, how to document your objective assessment, and the differences between the subjective and objective data and how to document those, because that is going to be 6 points, which is a pretty hefty chunk of your grade for that comprehensive exam. Next, we want to take a look at how you organized your exam plan. So we want to make sure that you were demonstrating appropriate order of procedures, that you took into consideration what would be most comfortable for the patient, and that you spoke to Tina, or in your documentation provided any kind of explanation or rationale with why you made changes to that revision, depending on what it is that you were assessing and what the chief complaint and or overall assessment entailed. All right, next we have the physical examination guideline here. And this is just basically what your textbook provides for you. It's a fairly lengthy document, but it will be very helpful for you, again, with regard to kind of getting an idea of what the overall head-to-toe examination is consisting of, and then how to wrap that up when it comes to your comprehensive exam. All right, I'm not going to read this all to you, but you do want to make sure that you take a very close look at this several paragraphs here that will be detailed explanation for your Shadow Health Comprehensive Exam to help you be most successful and optimally perform in this Shadow Health assignment. I believe that's all we have for Module 7, Week 7. Again, good luck and congratulations on your near completion in the course. It was an honor having you all as students. I wish you all a very happy week and good luck until the end of your journey.